Hi guys, so my name is Cynthia and this is my channel. So you're welcome, thank you for clicking. So I'm so passionate about number one, orphans, number two, children who grow up in families that are not, dysfunctional families, and I'm so passionate also about, people who who have breakups and have been in dysfunctional relationships. And so the past week I have been talking about baggages that people go through. I have talked about dealing with death of a loved one. I have talked about the challenges that orphans go through. I have talked about whether, the science of carrying a baggage. I have talked about, the kind of mood disorders that, children take up in their childhood, or people who are of age take up from their relationship that fails to work. And so today we are going to talk about, just from the title, we are going to talk about which kind of parent you are, because the kind of parent you are also contribute to the baggages that the children that grow up in your care take up. Okay, whoever they become when they're of age depends with the kind of parent that you are. And so it is good that you've clicked this video so that you get to understand that which kind of parent you are and how that can affect your child upbringing. Okay, because it will also understand, help you understand yourself, because you could be carrying certain kind of baggages that you don't understand, where you got them, how did they catch up with you. And you're privileged because I have taken my time to do this video, and so you will understand the way your parent treated you, the way your mother treated you, the way your father treated you contributed to the baggages that you're carrying. And if you're a mother, a new mother especially, then you have time to correct these things before they manifest in your children growing up. And so in future, you could be, if you make the mistake of, not watching this video and not taking this caution, then you could be seeing certain, characteristics about your child that you don't like, but you can't correct it because it is so late. You could have corrected it in good time when they were young. Okay, you could have been the best parent that you could be, because you don't want to be the worst and you don't want to be too good so that you lose it. Okay, so let's go and find out the types of parent that we have. So I have put down 4 kind of parents that we have. I'm going to just list them, then I will explain each of them. Okay, so the first parent that we have is called dominant parent. You could just understand from, the way I say it, even before I explain it, you're able to know, are you a dominant parent, or could you have grown under the care of a dominant parent? The second one is negligent parent. Are you a negligent parent, or could you have grown up under the care of a negligent parent? The third one is permissive. Permissive. Are you a permissive parent, or could you have grown up under the care of a permissive parent? And the fourth one is a loving but firm parent. Okay, so are you a loving but firm parent, and could you have grown under the care of a loving but firm parent? So we are going to find out which of the 4 types of parents are, we are going to find out their characteristics, and you're going to choose, if you are a parent, which parent that you want to be. Do you want to change the kind of parent that you have been and change into the kind that you want to be? You're just going to choose for yourself based on the characteristics of the 4 types of parents that I'm going to explain. So let's start off with the dominant parent. So I'm going to give you the characteristics of the dominant parent. How will you know that you are a dominant parent, and how will you know that you grew up under the care of a dominant parent? So these are the characteristics. So a dominant parent is a parent who hold high expectations of child, but offers no warm support to achieve that standard. Okay, so this is a parent who tells you need to work hard in school, you need to you need to do this and this, you need to be a good girl, you need to be a good boy, you need to don't drink, okay, don't do this and this. But they have the opposite. They don't give you the example. You can't you can't see whatever they're saying from themselves. So they're just forcing you, you need to work hard, but they don't appear in your school, prize giving day, closing day, Harambe day. They don't appear for those school programs, but they want you to work hard. They don't help you with your homework, but they want you to work hard. They want you to be a good girl, but they're not there to advise you. So that's a dominant parent. The second characteristic is that they have many rules. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't. A lot of rules. And in fact, most of us grew under the care of dominant parents, unfortunately. The old African parent, is a dominant parent. So when we are of age, we find that they're now easy to deal with, but in the past, they have been dominant parents. So did you like growing up under your parent as a dominant parent? And do you want to change that? So you have a chance. The third characteristic is that there is tense communication. When you do a mistake, you don't want to be in such an environment where the dominant parent and their kids are solving issues. You are caned in 1 minute, and you are threatened in 1 minute, and you are shouted to in 1 minute, and you will not get out of this place alive. Okay, so there's tense communication between the parent and the child. Are you that kind of parent? Do you want to remain to be that kind of parent? I don't know. Another characteristic is that their outburst of anger towards the child. Okay, they can just shout over a very simple thing. Stop pouring that water, stop standing on the door. So there are people who can shout at the child, and the child needs to be they need to be loved, they need to be talked to. There are things that they're learning along the way. They need you to tell them not to do this, not to do that, but in a loving way. They need to take it as a lesson, and not just like something that is forced into them, because they could rebel. Okay, another thing is that the home is tensed because of the tense environment, tense communication, the shouting, and you can be caned easily, you can be quarreled in, you can be nagged. So the home is a tense environment. These are children who loves being in school. It's not because school is nice. It is just because being away from home is better. They love visiting their friends because being home from their home is better, because their parents are dominant kind of parents. Another is emotional distance from children. It could be that your parent has divorced, okay, and so they could be harsh. They could be going through some mood disorders themselves, and they could put this on the children, and so they could be emotional distance. They take a long time thinking about their divorce and forget their children. They take a long time thinking about their business that is not moving on well and forget their children. They take a long time thinking about the assignment that they were supposed to do at work and forget about their children. And so there is emotional distance between the child and the parent. Another characteristic is often discouraged children. Okay, they're like, you are not good enough, call so and so, you don't know how to do this, let so and so do it, you're not good in this area, no, she can't do it, no, I know her, she can't do it. So that is a dominant parent. They discourage the child. The second kind of parent that we want to talk about is negligent parent. Okay, so you can obviously guess a negligent parent this is a parent who is a parent, but he's not doing what a parent ought to do. They are negligent of their duties as a parent. So are you that kind of a parent? Let's go into the characteristics and find out if you are that kind of a parent. These are parents who are uninvolved in child's life physically. Okay. The second one is attention is taken by divorce and marital problems. So they're not available to their children. It could be one parent was given, custody over the children, and you've not, created time with the child. You've been so busy with your work that you're so busy, you're putting all your attention on your work so that you can heal out of the divorce, and in the process you forget your child. You are unavailable in their lives, and time runs very fast. You could be saying, I need to take 5 years and heal out of this divorce, and those 5 years away from your child is a lifetime. Okay, a child who is 1 year old, and when you meet them at 5 years, they could even not know you at all. They don't even care about you. Right? It could be difficult to build that relationship again. Another thing is they're too absorbed by work. Okay, they walk away from home. They justify negligence with provision. A negligent parent is someone who will come and tell I've provided with all the money. What do you need? You need to work hard. You have all the money. Do you lack a car to take you to school? Do you lack money to buy food at school? Do you lack money to buy clothes? Do you lack a house to play with your friends? I need you to work hard. Okay, so they justify their lack of availability with the provision that they offer. And the last thing is their parents who are perceived well by outsiders. They go work so hard. There's enough food in the house. There's maybe there could be two maids. There's always food in that house, and children look comfortable from the outside. In fact, the neighbor could wish, I wish I was that kind of parent. I wish I would be excelling in my career like that parent. I wish I could be, parents on the outside, admire them. They look up to them. They wish they were them. They feel there's enough provision in that house. But unfortunately, inside the house, inside the house, the children are so tired of them. This could be typical also of parents who are religious leaders. Okay, you can find that he's a bishop or he's a pastor and is never available in the house. The house has enough provision. The house has enough. Whatever you have it. They're in good school and whatever, but the parent is always out on priesthood duties, and they are members of the church who look at the bishop and the pastor, and they're like, oh, I wish I was so pastor and so, I wish I was like pastor so and so. But the children are so tired of their father. They don't even like being the child of a priest. They're like, I will never want to be a priest. I will never want to treat my children the way our parents is treating them. So on to the third one is a permissive parent. This is anything goes. Okay, you want this, have it. You have it. You want this, have it. You need, yeah, take it. Mommy, I don't want it. All right. Mommy, I don't. Okay. So it could be good for the child growing up, but later in life they hate you. Okay, they're like, they wish you corrected them about this 1, 2, 3. They wish you never said yes to going to a club. They wish you never said yes for procuring an abortion. They wish you never said yes to breaking up with a good guy. They wish you never said yes. So they hate you in a later year. So just be permissive, but get ready for the consequences. So a permissive parent is a warm, affectionate, and present. They're weak at establishing and enforcing rules. They're like, if you don't do this, I will cane you. And then you fail to do it, and they're like, auntie, come and do this. So that is a permissive parent. They make threats but never follow through. Are controlled by their children. They're liked by children when young, but are hated by children when are of age. And the last type of parent is loving but firm parent. Like, everybody wants to be this, yeah? Even me, I want to be a loving but firm parent. Let's see who is a loving but firm parent. They're physically present, emotionally open to their child, have high standards for their children, but take their time to train them to achieve those standards. They clearly define rules and boundaries and explain to their children the importance of following within their rules. Make warnings and follow through with fair punishments. So which parent do you want to be? Do you want to be a permissive parent, negligent parent, dominant parent, or loving but firm? Did you ever grow under a dominant parent, a negligent parent, a permissive parent, or a loving but firm parent? So if you grew up with the first three, then you could be able to understand the kind of baggages that you're carrying. If you will watch the next video tomorrow, you'll be able to understand what would become of you when you grow under a dominant parent? What become of you when you grow under a negligent parent? What become of you when you grow under a permissive parent? And what become of you when you grow under a loving but firm parent? The baggages that you're carrying in your heart, could they have been brought up by the fact that your parent was dominant, was negligent and permissive? The kind of, person you are, energetic and powerful and great, and you're such a doer, you're such a performer, you're such a success person. Could it have been brought up by the fact that your parent was loving but firm? So if maybe you could be you're having some hatred about your loving but firm parent, then in our next video you'll be able to understand how good they helped you, how perfect they helped shape your life today. And you could be able to just pick up a phone and call your parent and you say, what? Thank you, mom. I now see it. Everything now makes sense. Thank you, Dad. I now see it. Everything now makes sense. I thank you so much for my life now because of what you did in the past. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Cynthia, and you don't want to miss the next video tomorrow. Okay? So bye.